dogs. Daryl was back up from the big smoke, so we headed bush with the promise of cooling rain hanging in the late arvo sky. Borry's pretty wrapped. Big T's back. The best dog bed ever invented. What do you reckon? Is that you for the night?
Good morning. Just coming to a nice red dawn. There's been a bit of smoke around on the horizon. Dead still. Quite cool. Heading out for a bit of a hunt with Daryl. So I'm going to send him upwind again. Just joking, mate. Wouldn't do that to you a third time. We're going to take Daryl into a spot where there's a bit of water still holding in one of the creeks. Send him for a stalk up the river there. And I'm going to take a team of dogs and go a few k's back down the river. We've got a pretty good chance. It's a good time of day and a good time of year to be hunting the waters. So stay tuned. We'll see how we go.
Disturbance on the ground there, but just a bit of pig shit here. Slightly more interesting. Fresh shit. There we go. That's better. Got hold of Borry. Spike's got him on the nuts. Got you, last. That's a good pig. That's a good boar. Good dogs. Good girl. Good solid pig, this one. With some nice small little dog pokers. Managed to give Georgie her first battle scar. Nothing serious, but enough to get a bit of claret flowing. We ran more or less right into these pigs. I did notice Borry and Spike lift their noses up as we were getting up the bank, and we'd only gone 30-40 metres along the river. Bang, hit it. They were all onto it. This bloke didn't run far. Anyway, he is in really nice condition, so he's coming home. He's going to be some good camp meat. This one. Another welcome arvo storm cooled it down and gave us perfect conditions for that most manly of activities, cooking big slabs of meat on the fire. So, we've got a bit of a treat. This is that boar. So what I've done is I've chucked them in a plastic bag in the fridge. This is this rib section. So I've got a nice spice rub on him and poured a bit of rendered pig fat in amongst it as well, just as a carrier for the spices, and also helps the rack of ribs sort of baste itself as we put it on. So, been working on this fire for a couple of hours. There's a thick edge to the ribs and a thin edge to the ribs. I'm going to put the thick edge towards the fire with the fat cap up, so that bastes itself. Now I've got this old spit roaster here. We cleaned her out. A few rust patches, bit of iron in our diet. I'm going to chuck that over here to hold in heat and hopefully channel the smoke up through it. So that, hopefully, after maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, should be absolutely beautiful. The rest of the arvo's entertainment consisted largely of harassing wildlife, which in Australia is an extreme sport. It's going to be some good chewing, I reckon. Oh, yeah. Rip into it like a caveman. So with the guts full of roasted pork and an early retreat to the fart sack, we're up and at it again next morning. So I'm going to send old Upwind D into a couple of permanent waters for a bit of a stalk with the Dirty 30.
Just for something different.
Well, I'm going to go them downwind with the dogs and wait for them to flush them out for me. No, that would be a bit rude. I'm going to go another couple of Ks and I'm going to take the bailers. I've got Mia and Prickle, Taffy and Bin Juice. What do you reckon, Bindi? So it's a little bit later in the morning than it was yesterday. And the sun is already starting to beat down. So it's a good set of conditions for bailers. All right, mate. Good luck.
I'm out of here.
No worries. I'll see you in a while. Oh, this water a couple of weeks ago was fairly usable, kind of a water hole for all the wildlife, and sort of see now it's been turned into a more or less a pig wallow. Mia and Taffy are going for it. They're about 400 away now. There's a nice fresh turd, full of figs, unsurprisingly. Thought I heard a bark. Yep. Conveniently, sounds like it's coming back towards us a little bit. Saved me a bit of a run. Got a good bail going. It's just a sow. She's going to make the shot difficult by being in that thick shit. Just a sow for a start. Taffy and Mia, that was, all the way. They're doing very well as a team, these two. They're very good. Not a bad ball. Not a bad ball at all. Some pretty good ivory on him. Gotta be quick on my feet here. Jesus. He's not happy. Got him. The hooky bugger. Good dogs. Good girl. Good dogs. That's a beauty. Good dogs. He's a ripper. Any dogs, eh? Good dogs. I'll tell you what, it can be bloody excitement plus sometimes. Just watering the dogs, cooling down after the first couple of small mob pigs, and they all took off. All dogs get credit for this one. They didn't go very far, 60, 70 metres. They all hit it at the same time. It started giving a bit of a squeal. I thought, oh no, here's a mob pig again. But then it became a good solid bale, and they had this bloke pinned. It didn't take me long to get there, and we got some good solid baling practice in. So they've all taken off again, charging around the countryside. I'm sort of hoping they don't get another one, to be honest. It's getting a bit warm. I think I'm going to carry this bloke out, retrieve a bit of meat off the others, and call it a morning. Go and see how Daryl's gone. Rightio.
Hey?
Yeah.
Beer? How'd you go?
Nothing but I heard the hit up.
Did you? Yeah, right, okay.
Well, I failed once again as a hunting guide, so we retreated to camp for an artery-destroying feed of wild pork belly. So he's had the same treatment as the ribs. Got my camp oven, just got some water. I'm just going to place him in there, just covered, and I'm going to gently simmer him, probably for a couple of hours. And the trick is to do it really gently, really slowly, because if you do it too hard, you'll render the fat out, and that's definitely not the aim of the game. Alright, phase 2 of delicious pork belly. That's been simmering there for, I guess, probably 3 hours or so, and she is tender. So this is phase 3, I think, I'm up to. But that bugger's dried off a bit and got some salt on him. Got that hot plate screaming hot, so even though there's no skin on it, it will be something close to crackling. But we'll find out, eh? It's real soft, so I've got to be a bit gentle with it. Lovely. I left the layer of leaf fat on the inside of his belly, so that's all nice and seared. Should be crispy. Flip her over just for a double check. That back fat, that's all nice and crispy. I reckon that's going to be awesome. Oh, look at that. Just falling apart. How good is that? We've got makings of a healthy first course. Fry bread, camp chips, and pork belly. Because you know what have my arteries ever done for me? That looks alright, doesn't it? Oh gosh. I reckon we got some good chewing here, mate. I reckon to anyone that doesn't eat wild pork, good. Leave more for me. Look at that. That's magnificent. Amazingly, we didn't die of heart attacks in our sleep, so we hit the road the next day. Cheers for visiting, Daryl. The pigs will still be here for next time.